Hi everybody, John Cini here and welcome to Funkquest Season 5, Episode 2. And again, we have two gentlemen in the Funkquest headquarters to battle for the title of Grand Champion Funkster. So without further ado, let's find out who we've got. Dan, tell us who you are and where you're dialing in from.
Dan Wise, I'm in Palm Beach, South Florida, Palm Beach, Florida.
So it's very hot there, I'd guess.
For me, it's very nice. I'm enjoying it.
Excellent. And Jason, who are you and where are you dialing in from?
Yeah, I'm Jason McCleery. I am northwest suburbs of Chicago.
Oh, is it snowing or windy? Or
we did have actually some snow this morning, so we got about a quarter inch of snow on the ground. So, yeah.
We're kind of in the middle. We've got low teens Celsius. So
The rules of Funkquest are simple. Each Funkster selects one of 4 icons. Behind each icon is a question which may or may not have anything to do with the icon. The Funkster then has 1 minute to tell a story, tell a joke, or maybe even answer the question. After each Funkster has answered 5 questions, it's up to you to vote on who you think gave the best responses. Stay tuned until the end of the show to learn how to do that.
Who shall go first? Let's ask Dan to go first. Dan, you can pick a glitter ball, an ice cool drink, which probably fit in well with where you are, a snowman, or a DJ record thing.
Oh, let's be risky. Let's go with the DJ risky thing you got there.
The DJ risky thing.
Let's do it.
Where does your mind wander?
Where does my mind wander? My mind wanders. Oh, geez. I wander on a regular basis. So when I'm always thinking about YouTube content, information I can use from my own prison experience on how that can help others better prepare, take accountability. The wandering at night gets real irritating sometimes because you kind of don't stop. But my mind wanders mostly around what I can do to better position myself to put somebody else in a situation to where they don't have to go through all of the nightmares that I went through kind of in the pre-trial phases.
You've got about 30 seconds. Tell us about your experience in prison.
Sure. I got in trouble 2011, got indicted 2014. I got sentenced to 42 months federal prison. The prison experience was pretty chill, wasn't really that big of a deal. But the leading up to prison, wondering what was going to be next, that was the real prison experience in not knowing, the fear of the unknown, thinking about getting raped and thinking about fleeing and going on the run. How am I going to tell my kids? So that was the real prison experience.
Well, the fear, the
fear of, because of what you see on TV. Yeah. It's terrifying.
Yeah. Did you say how much did you serve out of 42 months?
Out of the 42 months, I ended up doing 13 months due to a couple of programs and filing appeals and kind of, taking control of my own situation and not just relying on everybody else.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And it's not very often people do share things like that. So I appreciate that. Jason, you can pick a glitter ball, an ice cool drink, or a snowman.
I'm going to go with the snowman to celebrate the snow today.
This is good. But I said we've not got any men on, not got any ladies on. It's a good man question. Where does shopping rank in your life?
Pretty far down the list. The only thing I really enjoy shopping for are, kind of like tech gadgets and those kind of things. But I think I pretty much wear the same clothes for the last 3 or 4 years, unless it's given to me on a holiday or something like that. But I'm not a big shopper for myself, especially. But if it's for the family, then I'll definitely go out and buy Christmas presents and those kind of things.
So Albert Einstein did that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Same set of clothes every day. So you don't have to think about it.
Steve Jobs, right? Wears the black turtleneck or whatever it was, and a lot of those tech guys it's kind of creates save some mind space for you, so you don't have to make any decisions throughout the day.
Yeah, sure. Also, people like Jobs costuming, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
excellent. Oh, just fantastic. In a minute, Dan. Question 2: you can pick a blue flower, a beagle dog, a computer game, or a golf putt.
Let's go with the beagle dog.
Beagle dog. I suppose you would appreciate this if you've been in prison for 13 months. Where is your favorite panoramic view?
Oh man, this is an easy one. So I've found this little spot when I go on my walks in the morning, and it kind of overlooks a little bit of the intercoastal, and also you kind of see a little bit of a little bit of an airport. And when you go out there early in the morning and the waves are calm, you can kind of take it all in. And it, I use it to kind of reset my day, wipe out all of the stresses that I got to deal with, and get ready to just kind of go into a little blissful moment where you just relax, turn on maybe a podcast, some upbeat music, a little exercise. The panoramic view, it's funny because it's right on the water. So it almost looks like that picture could have been taken in South Florida.
Well, speaking of which, can you send us a picture of that? We'll put that in the show notes. Do you get there? Do you walk it? Are you going to bus, bike? How do you get there?
I try to walk. I try to put in as many miles as I can a day. That's actually came from in federal prison, where we had a half-mile track. One of the only things you could do to really free your mind was turn on your little radio and walk the track. And when you would kind of stare up, you wouldn't see the fence or the barbed wire. You would just see kind of freedom. So walking became something that I would use to escape my mind from the reality that I was sitting in.
So you got a half-mile track, and you just invented a course that you do 3 laps that way and 3 laps that way, or you got to go the same round?
I would walk the track, and intermediately would stop. We do push-ups, we do squats. Sometimes I'd walk with a cup of coffee early in the morning with some of the individuals that I made friends with. Yeah. It was always just the average guy in there would probably put in 20, 30 miles a day, which sounds ridiculous, but there's really nothing else to do. So you're exercising just by accident. It's
incredible that you can just invent this, stop here and do push-ups or press-ups or something like that.
Thank
you. Jason, you can pick a balloon flower, a computer game, or a golf putt.
Let's go with the golf putt.
A golf putt. This is an easy one. We want a good answer for this one. Ooh. What is your favorite sandwich?
Oh, man. Growing up in Chicago, or not growing up here, but I've been living in the Chicago area for about 20 years now. And we have Portillo's here, which has these amazing Italian beef sandwiches with a little mozzarella on them, sub bun, something like that. That's the perfect sandwich for me.
Do you have independent sandwich shops, or do you have all stuff like Subway and all that kind of chain stuff?
We got a little bit of both. Where I am, I'm way on the outskirts of the suburbs, so I'm probably about an hour and a half before you get into Chicago proper. But there are a ton of little mom and pop shops around here, but we also have the Subways and everything.
Yeah, we like independent sandwich shops, independent businesses, independent eateries. So if you're an independent sandwich shop, you want to come on the show and you're listening, we will get you on a Nobility episode. Independent sandwich shop, restaurant, pub, bar, chain, whatever, anywhere in the world, we don't care.
Yeah, I love those independent places for sure.
What are we on now? Question 3. Dan, you can pick a table pot, a hot air balloon, me on the local beach, or some chess pieces.
Let's go with the chess pieces.
Chess pieces. What would you change your name to?
Kyle. If I could change my name, I would change it to Kyle.
Because?
For some reason, it's I had my nephew's name was Kyle, and he was always a really unique kid, and it's just a name. I've always said if I had a boy, which I had 2 girls, if I had a boy, I would name him Kyle. So whenever I get to make like a cool like online character or role playing games like D&D or something, I always name my character Kyle. Plus, you got that cool little Kyle on South Park. It's just Kyle. You get to be kind of you get to be pretty awesome. You get to be kind of you get to be a little annoying, but it's a name that kind of people are like, oh, Kyle, invite Kyle. Kyle just always gets invited everywhere. I don't know why, but we'll go with Kyle.
Nice. Yeah. I would say a tip about names, right? Somebody said this to me the other week, right? You have a name when you go to some party or some folks, what's your name? My name's Kyle, right? They're looking down all their Facebooks to invite all this person's friends. I can't find a Kyle. Dodged a bullet of some person inviting you to Facebook that you don't know. Like an alter ego. Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Perfect.
Question 3, Jason, you can pick a tablet pot. I don't know what that is. What is it? A tablet pot?
It's like pills.
Some pills. Yeah, I can't see. Balloon, or some person doing a handstand on the beach.
Let's do the hot air balloon.
Hot air balloon. It's a good question for you. What do you wish people would stop asking you?
That's a really good question, actually. I don't like the question of what you do for a living, actually, or more importantly, the answer of, when you first meet somebody, it's what do you do, and automatically your thoughts go to, well, I do this and this for money, right? Instead of like, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I enjoy hockey, I go out backpacking and those kind of things, and like you don't get to learn as much about a person personally, just from their job. Now, obviously, things like Dan, that stems a lot into your life, right? But when you're just like, a corporate guy in a cubicle somewhere, it doesn't really give you a lot of information about that individual just by knowing what they do for work.
That's a good answer. And it also allows us to put people into a box, right?
Yeah.
What do you do? I am an accountant. I am a bean counter. I am a dentist. Right? Good answer. Dan, do you find that you ask, what do you do? Do you have to go with the flow?
Yeah, it becomes one of these almost like, I got to give the spiel again.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jason nailed that one. I would give Jason a point for that box.
That is a good answer. That is a good answer. I'd never thought, because you almost like you got a pitch. What do you do? Well, I do the show on Funkquest. Oh, what's that? And you go, got it. And they're not bothered. So I'm a dentist. Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
In the box. Question 4. Dan, you can pick a bow tie, some sushi, off-road 4x4 thing, or a harborscape.
I'm slowly learning these pictures have no relevance to the question.
They have no relevance.
We're going to go with bow tie.
Bow tie. Okay, bow tie. When did you pass your driving test?
I passed it the same day I got my learner's permit at 16 years old, the day I turned 16. They used to do that in South Florida. I don't know why. They probably shouldn't have, but they did.
So talk us through what happens then, because we have to get a provisional license and you have to go for lessons for a million years. And then you have to have a theory test and a practical test, and then you get a license if you pass.
Yeah, it's more like that now, but back in the Stone Age, I'm 43 now. So when I turned 16, 1990 something, really you went in and you take a little written test. And if you pass the written test, which I did fail the written test the first 2 times because I hate to study, but I passed the written test on the second or third time I went in, and then they brought me out and I was driving my dad's car. They made me literally just drive in a parking lot. I think I had to do 1 parallel park in between some cones, which my dad had a little tiny Suzuki Samurai or something like that, like a little Jeep looking truck. So it was real easy to park. It was real easy to get my driver's license in South Florida, which is probably why, you always hear stories, Florida man this, Florida man that. I mean,
theory test. I mean, I didn't do it. It was 1990 something. There wasn't a theory test. You had a million lessons, then you passed, or you took your test and passed. But theory test now, from what I've seen, very difficult, very hard. I would fail.
Yeah, going through that right now with my oldest. So it is more like what you guys do over there now, where there's 60 some hours of driving that they have to do before they get their license. Plus, I think it's like 10 or 20 classroom hours.
Pilot, sounds like a pilot test,
right?
Pilot test. Yeah, pilot test. Jason, question 4. You can pick some sushi, a rally Jeep thing, or a harborscape.
Let's go with the sushi.
The sushi. When did you eat too much?
Yesterday, yes. We not only was it Easter, but we were celebrating my son's 13th birthday, which was yesterday too. So we had a very large dinner. He is a big fan of breakfast for dinner. So, scrambled eggs and bacon and sausages and rolls and a bunch of other stuff, and just gorged myself way too much last night. That's for sure.
What's the Chicago way of laying in the sofa in the afternoon? What's the ritual for that?
I'm a big hockey fan, so I was just kind of afterwards just kind of hanging out and watching hockey all night. So that was my relaxation.
Classical Sunday. Eat too much, lay on the sofa. Who's your team?
Chicago Blackhawks. Sadly, they're not in the playoffs this year, so I'll be rooting for the Minnesota Wild this year.
Is that the nearest thing? Is that the nearest?
Yeah, I spent about a year living in just outside of Minneapolis for when was that? About 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Yeah. So that became my kind of backup team, if you will. Yeah.
Who is that? Who is that in ice hockey? Everybody's favorite second team.
Geez, I don't know. It depends on where you are. Blackhawks are pretty big, or were pretty big. They've been kind of slow this year. I guess down in the Florida area, we've got Tampa Bay Lightning, which is pretty big. But we're always the original 6, kind of New York and big teams. But I don't think there's any really like fan favorite all across the country. So.
That's curious. Now, I mean, most people of my age, like our favorite second is Liverpool FC.
I think we're too spread out to be able to have a favorite second for most of us anyway.
Dan, question 5. You can pick an old lamp, flamingo, a gondola, or an old house.
Go with the old house.
The old house. Which language do you wish you could speak fluently?
Definitely Spanish. South Florida, it's a very, very common for the ethnicity to move over here from different Latin dialects, from Cuban to Puerto Rican to Colombian to Argentina. So being able to speak Spanish would come quite in handy when I circle anywhere outside of, like, when we get towards Miami. It becomes if you don't know Spanish or have a translating app on your phone, you might be stuck and stay very, very lost. Plus, it's a cool language. It's common. A lot of people use it in different areas. I think Spanish would be pretty cool. I think I'd sound pretty cool talking Spanish, not to lie. Adios mio. I think that's the only Spanish saying I know.
Hablamos. I got CSE Spanish grade 4. Hablamos español. Do you speak Spanish? Sí, hablamo español. Yes, I speak.
I thought that was like a hot pepper.
I don't know. What are we on? Question 5. Jason, you can pick an old lamp, flamingo, or a gondola.
Let's go with the flamingo.
The flamingo. If you could take a single photograph of your life, what would be in it?
Well, the family would be in there for sure.
Yeah.
I think for me, I spent a lot of time in a summer camp during college up in northern Minnesota, and there's a lake right there that, talking about the vistas that Dan was talking about earlier. You sit on the beach. There's northern pine forests all around. You can hear the kind of like loons in the background and a nice sunset. I think that would be the perfect spot for a nice family photo.
The ultimate Photoshop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so you get that. There's a loon as a bird, right?
Yeah, kind of like the duck, sort of.
I don't think we have them.
To send one of these Funksters to the next round, follow the link in the description to the episode page on FunkyThinkers.com and comment who you want to win. You can play Funkquest yourself after you leave your vote. Do not vote on Spreaker or YouTube or iHeartRadio or any other platforms you might be listening on, because these votes will not be counted.
Excellent. We'll see one of you gents in the next round, which I believe is the semi-final. Dan, how can we contact you and find out more about you and get your services?
Sure. Biggest platform is YouTube under RDAP Dan. You can go on social media, go to my website, federalprisontime.com, Twitter, Instagram, all those fun places. And we do life coaching for individuals. And actually, I'd love to bring Jason on to talk to our fathers getting ready to go to prison. Social media all day long, RDAP Dan.
Thank you. Jason, how can we find out more about you and get your services?
Yeah, I spend most of my time on LinkedIn these days. So you can just search me, Jason McCleery. You can also go to the website at epicdadcoaching.com. You can contact me all there. Yeah.
Gents, thank you so much for being on the show. We will see one of you in the next round. We could see one of you as a sheriff. Otherwise, thanks so much and take care.
Yeah, thank you very much.